First step to playing receiver, can he catch the ball? Wow, that was a great catch. Beaux checks that box. Right here, look at his footwork to get off the jam, okay? Short, choppy steps, fast feet, that's what you need. And then right here, these are the small things that make you great. Okay, do you see how he takes the route out toward the numbers, okay? That's going to get the corner going toward the boundary, which gives him more room to come back across the middle to catch the post. And then right here, okay, just look at the raw athleticism. Look at the speed. That's like 8 yards separation off of just, running straight. Okay, then right here as a DB, please yell crackback. Wow, he killed that kid. All right, guys. Like I said, man, one of the absolute best receivers in the 21 class, man. On ESPN, he's, a top 50 prospect. The Clemson Tigers were lucky enough to claim this kid. Beaux Collins is on the show today. Beaux, how you doing?
Good in yourself. I appreciate the love, man.
Oh, it's no problem at all. Um,
Yes, sir.
you know what, man? Just when I was looking through, looking at some pictures of you, watching some of your film, like when I saw that you were going to Clemson, I was like, oh, this dude must be like a sophomore, junior at Clemson because like you look like a grown man. Like you know what I mean? Like you got filled out
I
for a high schooler.
appreciate it. Yep. Yes, sir. I've been working on that for a while. Just eating a lot, I'd say. Yeah, trying to keep my weight up and going to college at I'd say a bigger size than the average freshman in college.
Absolutely, and that definitely shows that you're putting in that work. And
Yes, sir.
speaking of that work, man, one of the really cool things the other day on Instagram, on your story, you had some video of you working with Juju Smith-Schuster and Stephon
Yes,
Diggs.
sir. Yes, sir.
Man, tell me about that.
Uh, I train with this trainer out here in California. His name is Coach Frog, and he just provided me with the opportunity to meet those two guys on Saturday and Sunday, and they were just giving me a couple of pointers on how they work in the NFL and things that work and do not work, and it was just a great opportunity meeting those guys.
I mean, that's definitely so cool. And, you look
Yes,
at those
sir.
two guys, is I really think the most underrated route runner in the NFL right now is Stephon Diggs. His
Oh yeah,
routes
most
are
definitely. Yeah,
silly. Him and
yeah,
Keenan Allen, I
yeah.
think, are the two best in the game. AB's not in the league right now. I mean, he's also another elite one.
Mhm.
And then Juju's a guy who had success from day one, as a
Right.
as a young pup. So that's a guy to
Yes, sir.
definitely take some advice from. So that's just a really cool opportunity in itself to work with two of the best in the league right now.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
I'm blessed, I'd say.
so to kind of circle back, okay, you're going into your senior year at
Mhm.
St. John Bosco High School out in California. You guys are the number one high school in California. You guys are big time. Your team is crazy loaded with talent.
Yes, sir.
Let's DJ, Court Williams, Chris Hudson, Logan Loya, Jonathan
Mhm.
Vaughns, Drake, Nate Jones, Kobe. I mean, the list goes on, and that's just the senior class, from last
Yes,
year. I
sir.
mean,
Yep.
insane. What was it like playing with so much talent? Like, I mean, you're essentially playing with a college team at the high school level.
Oh man, just seeing how versatile we were, even on the offensive side of the ball. Just it's really great playing a lot of, I'd say, weapons on the team. We had a lot of fun doing it as well. There's a lot of different personalities within the team, and just learning from those guys, their senior year going into college and how they're handling it is just a unique opportunity for me.
And then that's definitely really cool. I think it's always nice when you have some, even if it's not as much talent, because there's not many high schools that have that much talent on it, but to
Yes,
have
sir.
someone kind of lead the way. So because at this stage, it's unknown territory for you, the whole
Right.
recruiting process. But when you have somebody like a DJ who was so highly recruited, he can kind of walk you through it of like, hey man, this is what to expect. This is
Right.
kind of
Exactly.
awkward,
Yep.
but it just helps a young pup like you so much.
Yes, sir.
So one of the coolest things I've seen, okay, so when I was looking at some tape on you, I was watching your highlights, but I also wanted to go a little bit deeper, is when you guys go against Modern Day, um, another, like, I mean, the arguably you guys go back and forth as the one, two
Yes,
best
sir.
high
Yeah.
schools in football. And
Mhm.
when I say there's on that field, there's probably 30 D1 prospects. I mean, there's going to be a handful of kids that make the NFL out of that. The number one pro passer DJ,
Yes,
the
sir.
number one dual threat quarterback are the opposing
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
man.
It's
Yes,
insane.
sir.
But what was so cool is watching that game, it honestly felt like a big time college game, and it was high school.
Right,
I mean, the
right.
stadium's packed, and just watching every time you guys make a play, like it gives me chills talking about it because that's what football's all about,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Like going out there, just
Yep.
playing with fire, just like, it's not like you don't have to dance when you make a big play. Like I'm not saying that, but it's like that
Hmm.
kind of like team celebration and self celebration of just like that fire you see burns within you
Right.
guys. And watching that highlight, man, if you're a young guy playing football, just go to YouTube, type it in. It's so cool to watch. What was it like
Yeah, the
playing in that
great.
kind of atmosphere?
I'd say that was the maybe it's gonna be one of the greatest atmospheres I'll ever play in. Just being able to play at the highest height in high school and have that much support is crazy to me. To still think about that game and just playing against that many guys that are D1 and may eventually go to the league, and even the guys that are on the sideline may go to D1 schools and things like that. So it's just crazy.
It absolutely is. And it's such a good like learning experience because a lot of times jumping from high school to the college speed can be
Right. Yeah.
kind of
Yep.
shocking. It's like jumping
Yes,
into a
sir.
cold pool. But that kind of stuff when you're playing that high level competition, it's a great tester.
Right. Yep.
So you committed to Clemson. So
Yes,
that's where
sir.
you'll be going after the 21 season. What ultimately made you choose Clemson? Because you're traveling across the U.S., man.
I'd say just seeing the guys before me at the receiver position and how they put them into the league and just the way they develop young men out there really attracted me to the school. And plus DJ's out there, so that's another plus.
And that's funny you said that because like I'm not kidding you. My next thing on my notes was did DJ in the recent history of wide receiver lead you to Clemson? And like that's
Yes,
boom boom, you
sir.
hit them both.
Yes, sir. Yep, most
No,
definitely.
that's awesome. Was there any
Yep.
other schools that you were really close to committing to, or was Clemson kind of your ultimate choice from day one?
I was thinking about maybe like USC, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and yeah, those were schools that were pretty up there, but Clemson was leading the way for a majority of the time.
That's awesome, and it's always nice like when you're so high level, like you get the option. If you want to stay close to
Yes, sir.
home, USC right there.
Yes, sir.
But if you want to, like you said, man, it doesn't get better in recent history than that wide receiver core at Clemson, and you're
Man,
playing
yeah.
with some big shoes to fill.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this: what do you think you do best?
I'd say just I'm able to stretch the field. I'd say anytime I want, going for the deep balls and things like that, and winning contested 50-50 balls as well. I've been working on that.
And I definitely see that with you. You're that kind of, prototypical big bodied receiver
Yes, sir.
who wins those 50-50 balls, but like you also have really exceptional footwork, which is important
Yes, sir.
as a big
I
receiver.
appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's no
I've
problem at
been
all. And
working
it
on that.
shows on film.
Yeah. Yes, sir. With the trainer that I go to that I just mentioned earlier, we've been working on, I'd say, just getting in and out of breaks quickly and basically putting down the certain feet to get out of breaks and things like that. So I say this year the footwork should be a little bit better.
And that's honestly, that's probably the biggest thing that separates. Like, obviously, you need to catch the ball to be a receiver. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
that's
Yeah.
kind of an obvious one. But like the difference in levels of route running, like you can be a good route runner, but that next step to becoming a great route runner is day and night difference.
Right. Yep.
We see people with crazy speed who can't seem to get open because route running makes that
Hmm.
difference. Use Antonio
Yeah.
Brown as the example. He was a 4'6" guy, but that dude
Yes,
is
sir.
7'11". He's open 24/7.
Right. Yep.
And it's all about that footwork, like you said, knowing what foot to plant in the ground, and
Yeah.
it's the subtleties of getting up on a DB's toes, and it's all those like small little things that take you
Hmm.
from a guy who plays at Clemson to a guy who plays on Sundays.
Yes, sir. Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. So what you kind of mentioned this. Is that what you really been focused on? Just your route running?
Yeah, and releases as well, because I know going into the college world and even beyond that, there's going to be a lot of man coverage, and just beating the press is, I'd say, a necessity as a receiver.
And I completely agree with you. And the exclusion of the route running, but like I said, your foot speed is exceptional.
Right.
You're strong in the upper body, which really is going to help you,
Yes,
really
sir.
take that first step into that college realm. So I'm curious with this one. If someone's never seen your tape, okay, who's a receiver
Hmm.
you would compare yourself to?
That's tough. A receiver I compare myself to. I say Julio Jones.
Okay, I like
Yes,
it.
sir.
I like
Yes,
it.
sir.
The guy that I put down, okay, that I was like, oh, I
Hmm.
see it, is Allen Robinson.
Oh, yes, sir.
I
Yep.
see that a big, tough guy who's not afraid to come across
Right.
the middle, smart in his
Hmm.
route running, and just does everything, really, really well. And he's a guy
Yes,
that's
sir.
flying under the radar. People don't realize because,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to crap on Mitch Trubisky here, but Mitch
Yeah.
Trubisky's not very good.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, he's a guy, if he played with somebody like a Matt Ryan that Julio plays with, he
Hmm.
would be in that same breath, I think.
Right.
And that's somebody who I see a lot of you in, a younger version.
I
So
appreciate it. Yeah.
let's do something kind of fun. Give me a bold statement about your post high school career.
I will go down as one of the greatest receivers Clemson has ever had.
I like it, man. I
Yes,
love
sir.
it. And that's the kind of, because also again with any kind of sports at a high level, you can be exceptionally great, but you have to have
Hmm.
the mindset.
Yeah. The
If
mindset, right.
you
Yeah.
don't think you're going to be great, then it's really tough. We see a lot of
It's
guys who
gonna,
light it up
yeah,
on
it's
the
gonna be
practice field.
hard. Hmm.
But if you have that mindset, you're going to perform on Saturdays. So I
Yes, sir.
love it. And before we get to rapid fire questions, one of the reasons I do this is because I coach high school ball. I'm a middle school teacher. And, I
Yes,
think
sir.
we talked a little bit about just the platform you have as an athlete. So, what is a message you would give to young athletes?
I would just say focus on the little things and just always work hard, stay in the books, and just keep yourself around positive energy at all times.
And that's something, yeah, man, I can't pound that drum enough, man. Positive energy.
Yes, sir.
When you're around
Right.
negative people, it just brings you down with them, and then
Yep.
you start becoming negative. Positive
Right.
energy, I always call it juju. I like having
Yep.
good juju around me. So
Yes, sir.
I couldn't agree with that more. Okay, so let's get to some rapid fire questions for you. All
For
right.
sure.
First one.
Yep.
If you could have a superpower, what would you pick?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Um, Probably the ability to fly.
Okay.
Yes,
Favorite
sir.
food?
Barbecue ribs.
Ooh, that sounds good, especially if they're made
Yes,
right, man.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yep.
absolutely. Favorite sport that isn't football?
Basketball.
Who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
LeBron.
LeBron. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
In order, rank the three greatest receivers of all time.
Mm, Three greatest receivers. Um, oh man, that's tough. Three greatest receivers has to be Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, and um, I'll go with Michael Irvin.
Okay. So I dig the list, bro. How are you not gonna put Jerry Rice on there?
I know. I just thought about after I said Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice. He might slide in the third spot.
What?
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, that's crazy. Okay. Best football movie ever.
Hmm. I'd have to go with Remember the Titans.
It's a classic. So
Yes,
good.
sir. Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
For sure.
I hate cats, man.
I'm not a cat guy. I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm with you all day.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Name three Kanye West songs.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. Um, Runaway and Devil in a what's the name of that song?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's from my beautiful
Oh
Dark
man,
Twisted Fantasy.
yeah, that album. Or I'll go with Monster as a third one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could hang out with one celebrity for the day, who would you hang out with?
Um, I'd have to go with LeBron.
I feel like I'm not I don't want to sound like I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm a Kobe
Hmm.
guy. Like I always
Yeah,
grew up as a Kobe guy. Not
yeah,
that you can only like one, but LeBron seems like a real cool dude. Like LeBron seems
yeah.
like
Right.
a good hang.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Um, last one. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh man.
Who you shouting out after you become one of the greatest receivers in Clemson history? Who you sliding up in their DM?
um, celebrity crush, man. Mm, there's this female rapper. Her name is Sweetie. She's dating Quavo from Migos.
Okay.
Yeah, my celebrity crush.
Okay, I'll have to check her out. I'm not familiar.
Yes, sir.
Um, no, so that ends it, man. Like I said, man, I'm a big fan. I really appreciate
I
you coming on the
appreciate it.
show. I know you're a busy guy. You know, you're constantly working, trying to perfect your
Yes,
craft. So
sir.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Always, man.
And guys, you know, if you're not already following Beaux on, Instagram and social media, definitely check him out. Because, if you're not on the bandwagon now, you're going to be eventually, because once you start seeing this kid produce at Clemson, you're going to want to be on it. So again, thank you so much, guys. If you like the
Thank
episode,
you.
hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.